Hello, dear viewers and partners of S-Group. We continue to talk about the news, plans, and directions of the S-Group investment group of companies. Today we will look at the S-Pharmaceutical direction. We'll check what S-Pharmaceutical is, what the prospects for this direction are, as well as we'll share development plans for the near future. S-Pharmaceutical is a group of vertically integrated companies in Switzerland in the sphere of cultivation, processing, production, and distribution of CBD-rich cannabis. Medical cannabis is legalized in more than 50 countries around the world and has a wide range of applications. It's used to treat dozens of different types of diseases in beauty, food, and many other industries. Medical cannabis market has a huge development potential. This is proven by the annual increase in its volume by more than 25% and even more inspiring forecasts from global audit and investment companies. The aim of the project is to become the European market leader among vertically integrated companies, including high-performance cultivation, extraction, and continue with production of the highest quality product with a wide range of goods, including cosmetology and pharmaceuticals. Since the medical cannabis market is just emerging in Europe, we can evaluate its prospects on the example of the US market. Let's look at the capitalization and growth in value of shares when entering an IPO. Planet 13 Holdings increased by 90 times. Curaleaf Holdings increased by 80.3 times with a share value of 5.21 billion. TerraSand increased by 66.1 times with share value of 1.8 billion. Harvest Health and Recreation Incorporated increased by 57.6 times. Green Thumb Industries increased by 43.9 times with share value of 4.75 billion. Cresco Labs increased by 40.7 times with share value of 2.21 billion. Air Wellness increased by 32.9 times with share value of 0.9 billion. True Life Cannabis Corp parent company from Harvest increased by 24.4 times with share value of 4.75 billion. Our goal is not just to repeat the success of our US colleagues, but to surpass their performance by using advantages in technology, modern equipment, and exclusive methods of production and distribution. And now let's take a closer look at information about each company in the structure of S-Pharmaceutical direction, which is shown in the table you see on the screen. Cultivation is a high CBD cannabis growing company. Extraction is a processing plant extracting cannabis oil extract. Distribution is the sale of goods using vending machines and an online marketplace. And products is a brand and manufacturer of a wide range of products. Now, the vertical. Token shares is a number of issued shares with a starting price of $1. CapEx plus OpEx are capital and operating costs. Pool is shares allocated for the possibility of participation of investors. Capacity is capacity of enterprises equivalent to their costs. Profit is expected annual return. Audit price is expected growth of shares before the taking over. After takeover is expected growth of shares after the taking over. Min is minimum entry amount for an investor. Implementation is the necessary time to start the work of companies. And buyout is a condition for the mandatory redemption of shares from an investor. The expected returns and share price can be significantly increased due to the following factors: optimization of all internal processes of the company, expected adoption of laws which will promote the development of the market, active research in the field of medicine, the use of CBD as a medicine and integration into the pharmaceutical market. S-Group has realized a unique opportunity for its partners to be part of a group of vertically integrated companies in one of the most hard-to-reach industries in the world. S-Group partners can participate in companies for cultivation, production, extraction, distribution, and products. The minimum entry amount to participate in the cultivation company is $2,500. A prerequisite is the investor's consent to the S-Group buyback of their shares at the market price provided by the auditor from the Big Four before taking over of the companies. The expected growth in the value of shares at the time of the taking over in cultivation is 450%. Also, by purchasing shares, you will participate in the quarterly payment of dividends, expected income from which is 90% per year. Mandatory conditions for participation in the extraction company: consent to S-Group buyback of the shares identical as in cultivation. Minimum entry amount is $5,000. Availability of cultivation shares in the proportion of 1 to 2. Expected dividends are 130% per year. Expected growth in the value of shares at the time of the takeover is 650%. Mandatory conditions for participation in the distribution company: consent to S-Group buyback of the shares identical as in cultivation and extraction. Minimum entry amount is $7,500. Availability of extraction shares in the proportion of 1 to 1.5. Expected dividends are 180% per year. The expected growth in the value of shares at the time of takeover is 900%. Mandatory conditions for participation in the company products: minimum entry amount is $10,000. Availability of distribution shares in proportion of 1 to 1.33. Partners of the products company have the right to keep their shares, receiving all the benefits of the takeover, optimization and development of companies. Expected dividends are $250 per annum. Expected growth in the value of shares after taking over is 5,000%. One of the unique features and innovative solutions is the use of DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization, as a tool for organizing investment activities. DAO is a tool, a program code that's implemented on the blockchain, works autonomously according to predetermined and agreed conditions, and is implemented using smart contracts. The conditions prescribed in the DAO are completely transparent to all participants. They are stored in the blockchain on thousands of different devices, and unlike traditional contracts, they cannot be replaced, circumvented, or somehow defaulted on obligation. DAO as a legal entity signs commitment agreements with each of the vertically integrated group of companies. Funds from the company's bank accounts go to legal accounts on cryptocurrency exchanges, where dividends are automatically distributed in hard currency. DAO is the issuer of token shares, crypto shares which will be owned by the partners of the companies. Token shares are not just crypto shares, they are a real revolution in the cryptocurrency world. This crypto asset allows its owners to receive dividends in hard currency, namely a liquid asset in dollar equivalent. Token shares abound to and are part of a vertically integrated group of companies, making it secure and super liquid. This is a unique tool in the entire cryptocurrency market and another powerful multiplier to raise your assets. Join S-Pharmaceutical and be the first in the new European market. S-Group is your reliable partner in the world of finance.